So welcome to this episode. I'm Christian.
And I'm Andrea. There is Nacho.
And here is Nacho.
Sleeping.
Sleeping, right.
And this episode is going to be a bit different because we are going to give you a review of the 4.5 months we spent in Canada. So it's more like an interview style with some questions that we do get asked sometimes. It's the first video we are going to do in this format, so
we hope you enjoy it. If you have some questions, feel free to ask. So first topic is about some numbers.
Yeah.
We made over 22,800 kilometers with Willy. And for this 22,800 kilometers we used 2,700 liters of diesel. Prices for the diesel was between $0.9 per liter and $2.1 per liter, so it was quite a range in between of these prices. So then we talk about nights and accommodations.
So we usually sleep in Willy. So sleeping somewhere else is not something that happens very often. We had a possibility to sleep at Bob's and Fred's house. No?
Was
or 4 nights?
Four or 5 nights, yeah.
And other than that, we always sleep in Willy because we are traveling on a budget, and yeah, we have our home with us, so why spend money to sleep somewhere?
On hotels.
And up until now, in the 4.5 months in Canada, we only paid one time for a camping spot because we didn't found any wild place to sleep. Other than that, until now, we were pretty lucky with the spaces to sleep, so yeah.
So out of these 137 nights, we slept only 4 nights outside of Willy, which is incredible for us.
Yeah.
So let's talk about favorite campsites.
I think mine are Salmon Glacier.
Yeah.
And that place between Jasper and Banff National Parks.
Yeah.
And the Kelsey Lake, I think it was.
Kelsey Lake, yeah.
Yeah.
On the way from Haines to Haines Junction.
Yeah. That was pretty wild and beautiful. Yeah.
So out of these 137 nights, we had 70 different campsites during this time. What we're gonna do is we want to make a movie about our top 10 campsites in Canada, and we want to share that with you. So this video might come up next Wednesday. We have a QR code on the video, so you can scan the QR code and you go directly to Google Maps and you will find the place.
And I think the most funny funny night we had, so we couldn't find a wild spot to sleep, and we didn't want to pay any money for campgrounds. We had to sleep on a parking lot on no frills, so we asked the manager if it's okay to sleep there, and it was all good until about 2 a.m. where Nacho started to growl and then we opened our windows and there was this guy holding a torch, flames torch, right next to our tent. And luckily he was afraid of dogs, so the moment Nacho started to bark at him, he went away and it was okay. We could sleep.
Oh yeah. Another topic, how did we like Canada?
So for the people who don't know, after we got married, our plan was to do our honeymoon in Canada, to rent a car and drive around. I think it was Rockies, Vancouver, that part.
Yeah, more or less from Vancouver to Calgary and then back down to Vancouver in a loop.
But COVID came, so we couldn't come here. I mean, you did all the planning back then for our honeymoon, so I knew some things about Canada. The Canada we saw was nothing as we imagined it. We mean it in a very, very positive way, because Canada really did blow our minds off. It was absolutely amazing. The landscapes, the wildlife, the people. We've met so many amazing people along the way. They're very open, they are very friendly and welcoming. Like, we had invitation, people writing us on Instagram to visit them, and or people we met on the Dempster Highway just invited us to their home, which for us as European, again, I would say it's not very common that you invite strangers into your home. And I think it was also for us at the beginning, or maybe mostly for me, it was hard to accept the invitation, because I'm a bit more reserved when it comes to that, and I think that Canada did gave us some very good lessons when it comes to that, because all the people we've met, they were absolutely amazing, and we are still in touch, and I think it helped me a bit to be a bit more open about that.
It was really enjoyable for us to drive around and also to explore these remote places, like on the Dempster Drive. I mean, you have always people there, but still you are remote, and also the Yukon was absolutely beautiful, and British Columbia. I mean, I would say every province had something special to offer, and we enjoyed it very much here, because you have also a lot of possibilities, especially if you think about France, Italy, Switzerland, Germany. All these countries, they have regulations on wild camping, which is really uncool. So this is why we enjoyed it even more here, because you can just stay somewhere, and there are signs you can stay up to 14 days or 16 days, which is incredible for us, and these places are clean. I mean, you don't have trash lying around, you don't have stuff here. It's just clean. Everybody brings the stuff and takes it with them again, so it stays clean, and everybody is respecting that. And I would say this was absolutely amazing start for us doing this trip. So let's talk about expectation versus reality. I mean, we started this trip. The maximum we did was 3 weeks in a row during holidays in this car, which was different.
You have this romanticized picture of it, like you wake up, you enjoy endless sunrises and sunsets, the weather is always good, you are never tired, you are free, you have a lot of time that you don't know what to do with your time, which is definitely not the reality. So all the things that you do at home, like doing laundry, cooking, going grocery shoppings, I think we take them for granted when we are at home, because you just open the tap and the water comes out. Here we have to find sources to fill up water, we need propane, all those things you take for granted at home are not for granted here, and I think this is something that we didn't have on our map, like when we started to plan this. But also the free time, like I remember saying to Christian, oh my god, we are going to have so much time, we are going to do a lot of sports and walk every day, 15,000 steps, like it's going to be, oh my god, so much. That's not a reality either, because you drive, and then at some point you need to start to look for a camp spot. While in Canada you are allowed to stay in a lot of places, but still, you have to be sure that you are allowed to stay there. We don't want to get in trouble, and also I think cooking takes a bit more time. Doing laundry takes a lot of time, because we cannot do them here. So
and especially when you work, you have your 5 days a week that you work, and then you have 2 days off. But here it's like sometimes you forget to rest, or you're traveling for 2 weeks constantly. And we are doing also these movies, which are time consuming. I mean, we want to do it, and we want to learn that how to do it professional. And it's I would say it's like a job, and at some point you feel you have to. I mean, this is maybe why we don't do a video every week. Sometimes we skip weeks because we stay at somebody's place and we want to enjoy the time with them. This is a bit different than we expected, but after some time I would say you get used to it and you get settled in that life.
You find a routine. And also one thing is the weather, because you cannot change it. And we had a lot of times where it was pouring rain and we had to drive, so you have to pack everything. And everything is wet and it's dirty and it's muddy and it's, you know, it's on your clothes, on nacho, on everywhere. I think you need to be prepared for that because we are every day outside.
Yeah. So let's talk about what we learned so far on this journey. I would say mostly accept things. It's a baseline. Just accept the weather, accept that it's sometimes gonna be difficult to find a place. You have to drive to 2 or 3 places to find the right place to stay, or
we had to learn that not every day is a good day. You're not always chilled and relaxed, because there is nothing relaxing about packing all your stuff while it's raining outside and there is a thunderstorm, or you know, or you cannot sleep because the wind is so strong and you're up the whole night. So I think, like you said, acceptance, but also you have to accept the fact that you're going to have bad days, and that's okay. I think it's okay to have days where you are tired and you're annoyed and, you know, you just want to, I don't know, sleep the whole day or binge watch series or whatever. It took us a long time to realize that we need days where we just stay in a place and we do nothing. Even we are still learning that. To do nothing.
And an interesting topic is also the space. I mean, we have a Defender. A Defender is not very big. We have to take care how much stuff we buy, like grocery shopping, how much stuff we have otherwise, like clothes or shoes. I mean, we have the boxes on top where the shoes are in, but you cannot have only one pair of shoes with you. Otherwise you have a mess. And I'm a person who gets annoyed very fast by chaos, I would say, when the stuff is not in the right place. This is something that we had to learn, or how to react on these on these feelings, you know. So it was difficult for the both of us, and
it's hard sometimes.
It's hard sometimes.
It's going to give me gray hair someday.
No, I do have the gray hairs.
Yeah, but not because of me, it's because of...
And what we also learned in this time, no jokes about the hair.
When it comes to his hair, please.
Yeah. When we come to the future, let's talk about the future. What are we gonna do in the next coming weeks or months?
So we are now in the States. Unfortunately, we have to leave the States in January, mid-January. Then we will cross the border to Mexico. Yeah, we are learning Spanish.
Yeah. Stay there for maybe 3 months, and afterwards we are going down all the countries to Ushuaia in the end, which is the goal. About the timeline, we thought about having 2 years for the whole Pan American Highway. And after that, after these 2 years,
we don't know.
We do speak sometimes about that, but not
now.
Not now. There is a plan for this afterwards. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for subscribing and to stay with us and support us and watch our episodes
and encouraging us, and it's
Thank you very much for that, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.